Sometimes it's only when we are forced to confront the loss of someone that we truly appreciate how much they mean to us. We begin in Saginaw, Michigan on March 2nd, 1994. Wendy Wazalowski had accepted an invitation from friends to go see the Ice Capades. It was her first outing with her infant Evan in the 7 weeks since his birth.
I felt like there was no other mom in that Ice Capades but me, and there was no other baby but Evan. And he was the most beautiful baby in the world, and every woman should be envious of me. Evan loved the show. He'd watch the sparkles of the snowflakes coming down and watch the skaters. And I mean, of course, I'm a new mom, but I figured that he was really into it.
Wendy had gone to the performance with her best friend, Lance Riska, and his family.
She was a doting mother. She enjoyed being a mom a great deal, but I was a bit anxious about bringing a baby into a big crowd like that, such a small baby. It was a very cold night out, and a short walk across the street and then up the ramp, and it's very, very crowded.
Love it.
Love you too. See you over there.
There you go. Evan was asleep. I figured he had a good time and he was tired. You had to wait to even back your car up to get in the line to get down the ramp. And then we got into a single file line. And then we were just waiting. We had been sitting there, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I imagined being stuck in the car in that parking ramp for 45 minutes with a crying baby, and he hardly ever cried. And then I heard him make some strange sounds, almost like he was gasping for air. All I could think of was that he must be choking on something, but knowing that there was nothing he could possibly be choking on.
Dennis McMahon and his family happened to be in the car directly behind Wendy.
Evan, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong?
Well, there's something wrong.
You need help. Yes, I don't know. He quit breathing. Help. What's the matter? I don't know. What's the matter? I don't know. Is he choking? I don't know.
When I looked at the baby, it was very blue around the lips, so I went to what we call an obstructed airway maneuver, where I did back blows and some chest thrusts.
You know CPR?
Yes, I'm a police EMT. Back when I was in uniform, that was part of my job, was responding to medical emergencies.
Here, he's getting better. He's all right. Something's going on.
I looked at Evan, and he was bluer than before, and I panicked. I really started screaming then.
I felt that the baby's heart was going to stop any second, if it hadn't already, and we'd be in big trouble at that point in time.
When we continue.
I thought if there was a chance of that baby surviving, Denny could do it. But I just thought the baby was too far gone at that point.
When Wendy Wazalowski's 7-week-old son Evan stopped breathing in a crowded parking structure, his only hope was the people who happened to be nearby, including Wendy's good friend, Lance Riska.
I remember a man coming up, wanting to help.
CPR.
He didn't know what to do, and I told him to step back. You know, this man's an EMT, he knows what he's doing.
You can do a lot of harm if not properly trained. Infant especially, you know, their lungs capacity is smaller, their bones are much frailer, their head goes too far. You could actually, you know, snap the cervical, the neck area.
I just figured Evan was dead. This little child that I just gotten, that I love so much, that I went through so much for, I'm not going to have him again.
You'll be okay.
I listened, there was no air coming out. Check of the brachial pulse up in the arm, nothing there. The seat's quite firm, so I started doing my compressions of 5 to 1.
How's the baby doing?
I've got no heartbeat, no breathing yet. You call 911.
Wendy has a bag phone. And she was still too hysterical to try to talk to him, so she threw the telephone to me. Up to this point, I just felt totally powerless, and at this point, it was like, now I can help. I can do this.
Central Dispatch.
Yeah, is this 911?
Yes, go ahead.
We have an emergency with an infant. We're in the parking ramp on level 5.
Which parking ramp, sir?
Across from the Civic Center.
Okay, and what's wrong?
The baby's not breathing. Just quit breathing.
Is the baby getting any air at all?
I don't know. There's a gentleman here who says he's
Right
an
across,
EMP.
right across from the Civic Center.
Can't really say I've ever done CPR on an infant before other than in training. So I did what I've been teaching and what I practiced. But things were going downhill quick.
CPR, how old is the child?
2 months.
2 months. How long has it been that the child hasn't been breathing, sir?
Probably about 3-4 minutes now.
3 to 4 minutes.
Maybe 5.
Has the man been working on the child the whole time?
No, only about 2 minutes.
Dennis's wife, Pam, tried to console Wendy.
I thought if there was a chance of that baby surviving, Denny could do it. But I just thought the baby was too far gone at that point.
Can you put your phone down or whatever there and go over and see if the child's getting any air?
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
I remember sending my daughter to find out if the baby was getting any air, because I didn't want to holler through this crowd. I didn't want the answer to come out loud for Wendy to hear it.
No, he's not.
The child is still getting no air.
The mobile medical response unit en route included paramedic Faye Martini.
The entrance ramps at the Civic Center are not high enough for our ambulance to get up the ramps. So when we get a call there, we have to go in on foot. And if we couldn't find it in a fairly short period of time, the chances for the baby's survival continued to diminish.
Four to 5 minutes at least had gone by, and then the baby coughed a little bit. It moved its eyes, and the color just started coming back, and I thought, oh my God, you know.
It was much better.
In my mind still, Evan was dead, and I just could not bear to look at him and see him blue again. They had to force me to look at him. He looked disoriented and just kind of looked at me like, what's going on, Mom?
We'll get it down.
Okay, wait a minute. What's the truck look like?
It's a gold Dodge Caravan.
A gold Dodge Caravan?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We'll get it down.
I've always been a bit of a wild driver.
Gotta get the baby down now. They can't get the ambulance up here.
And again, I had the same feeling at that moment. You know, here's something that I can do.
Wendy, no, you don't. No, Wendy, don't.
Any point in time, it could stop again, the heart and the breathing. With an infant, it goes that quick.
I hope you don't value the offenders too much.
I still had some real scary thoughts that if it did make it, there might be brain damage.
Let's get out of the way there, everybody. Out of the way.
Move back in there. Back in there.
Dennis's friend Perry Birchfield was trying to clear an open lane.
A couple of guys looked at me with their families and said, yeah, you're just trying to get out of here early. I didn't waste my time on them. You need to get the people out of the way that will get out of the way and hope that if they made a move, then everybody else behind them would make moves.
Out of the way.
They moved because we really gave them no choice. It was either move or we're going to hit you.
Man.
They pushed to the sides as much as they could until we got all the way down to the exit booth, and there was one man who, didn't want to give up his spot.
Look at this. This is ridiculous.
There's only one little wall in between us and that ambulance, and the person at the gate was taking money from the car in front of me. I screamed, I honked, I was frantic.
I don't want to move the baby until we get to the ambulance rig. The airway was the problem in the first place. I wanted to keep that head in that position the best I could because I don't want to take a chance of blocking it off again.
When we got the infant was breathing 4 times a minute. The heart rate was about 60 to 80, and it should be double that.
Baby's not doing too good. We better get going.
They were going to transport him to the hospital, but would not let me ride with him. I didn't want him to be without his mother. I wanted to be right beside him and hold his hand.
What we were taught to do was to pretty much start stimulating the baby, to get him to move around and get the baby oxygenated and hope that the cardiac would kick in like it should.
Right, real good now. That's what we want to hear. Come on, darling.
By the time we got him to the hospital, he was crying like a trooper.
And it had like a little obstruction of fluid at the time, so I cleared the airway.
7-week-old Evan Wasilowski was taken to St. Luke's Hospital.
I knew that he was stabilized by then, but I still didn't know what could have caused this. And then they finally come back and said that they thought it was pneumonia, but they were pretty sure that's all it was.
Here he is.
Keith Kosas was the pediatrician on duty.
He had 2 weeks earlier had a very common virus which set him up for a secondary infection, and that caused him to stop breathing. Had it not been for the efforts of Mr. McMahon, he probably would not have lived.
When he finally looked up at me and he smiled, I cried. And he kind of was like saying, "Mom, I'm okay. You'll be okay." And that smile was the best thing I ever saw. Come on. Come on. Yay! Yeah!
It's been nearly a year since the incident.
Before I could go back to work, I needed to find someone that was trained in CPR because I would not leave Evan with anyone that was not CPR trained. It's very, very important.
It's right here.
What are the odds of what happening again? Having a EMT in the car right behind me.
Who is it? It's for me?
I normally would work that night. I happened to take a few hours off just to go with my family. Normally I wouldn't have been there. It was almost a miracle. I mean, it was meant to be.
Yay, Evan. What a big boy.
And it just puffs of air with an infant. You'll cover both the mouth and the nose, okay? So it'll be...
Dennis came to my home and taught my mother and my babysitter and my friend Robin CPR, and then of course let me brush up on it again.
Chin lift, chin lift. You don't want to do any kind of cervical injury to the neck.
I really think everyone should learn it and not have to go through what I went through, that panic and feeling helpless.
You want one of these? Yeah.
Wendy's like a sister to me, and so Evan is just like a nephew to me.
Birthday hat? Every little boy should have a corny birthday hat. At least once in their life.
Evan's a very intelligent baby, and he's very, very strong, and he's probably about the best baby I've ever met.
Ready, Evan? 1, 2, 3.
Yay! I get to look at Evan's eyes and see his smile, and it's because of Denny. He's been my hero from that moment on until now, and Evan's hero.
We've stayed in contact. We call each other all the time. I feel that there's just a bond there between all of us. He's just the cutest little boy. He's full of life, starting to walk.
I don't take him for granted. And when he cries or if he's fussy, I don't think of him as a burden. I think of him as a gift. He's a gift that I almost lost. He's a precious, precious gift.
Next.
We didn't think that anything could happen, but then he was smarter than we gave him credit for.
Scott and Christy Lipke of Irvine, Kentucky, did their best to keep a close eye on their 22-month-old son Nathan at all times. But despite their efforts, on January 21st, 1995, they discovered that they could not keep him from harm's way.
Nathan, he amazes me. Just the things he can do. There's no stopping him. You tell him no, and it doesn't matter to Nathan. He smiles at you and does it anyway. 50 times if he could. That morning, Scott got home about 4:45, and I had to be to work at 5. And as soon as he came in the door, I was walking out the door.
Okay.
After Christy left, I realized that my only uniform that I had was dirty.
Scott called me and he says, Chris, I've got to go do laundry. I won't have any clean clothes for tomorrow, but I'm going to come over there and get your car. You've got the car seats.
My car, usually we just drive it in emergency situations. It was almost out of gas. The tires were very low, one in particular, and I was worried that we may not make it over to the food mart.
Scott said, keep Nathan in here with you for a few minutes. I'm going to go put air in my tires. I said, no, I really can't. I can't do that.
All right. I'll take him. Come here, Nut. I'll take him, and I'll fill the tires, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
As I was pumping up the front passenger side tire, Nathan had unstrapped himself out of his seatbelt and started playing with the steering wheel. I buckled Nathan back into his seatbelt and shut the door again, but I left the car running because it was so cold outside.
Sandra Rose and Stephanie Samples were working at the Shell Mart that day.
Scott was out pumping air in his tires, and he left the little boy in the car. I heard Stephanie say, oh my, look. I was just saying a little prayer then, please, don't go into the gas pumps. I was scared that it was heading towards the street and there was traffic going by and stuff. The little boy was going to be hurt.
Patrick Young, who'd only been a Kentucky State Trooper for 6 months, happened to be driving by.
The car was, obviously out of control and just reckless looking. Then I noticed nobody was in the car. It picked up speed, and the next thing I saw was a little boy's head pop up. That changed the whole complexion of everything. I realized that I'm trying to save a life now.
I was hoping somebody could stop that car. I didn't know who or what, but I feared for his life.
The bridge was approaching faster than I had hoped, and I noticed that there was a car coming on the bridge.
I just was so relieved. I just said thank you, and I said it over and over again.
I was just happy, that nothing was wrong with him. And his dad, he just grabbed us both and kind of hugged us, When I saw Stephanie coming back with Nathan, I said, Christy, could you come out here a minute? But she went all to pieces, of course, and I would have in that situation.
They'll be fine. I was so scared. I adore my kids.
It's going to be all right.
And,
they're okay.
I just didn't know if I still had my little boy. It was kind of like I was in a dream. Everything was moving real slow. And Nathan looked at me and just smiled at me. And I grabbed him, and it was like glue. You could not have peeled him away from me if you tried. And I told him, I said, honey, you had a little angel with you.
Go for a ride and Daddy push you around?
The whole situation has really opened our eyes. You can lose your children very quickly, and you need to watch at all times because you never know. I find myself hugging them a lot more and kissing them a lot more and just holding them and playing with them a lot more than I did before.
Take a picture. What is this? Take the picture of a bunny. Right here. Never, ever not have your child in a car seat. And never leave the car running with them in it. We didn't think that anything could happen. But then he was smarter than we gave him credit for. Neat car, huh?
Flashlight versus big flashlight.
I'm just so grateful that Trooper Young was where he was.
He has a big flashlight.
Ready for it all.
Shine it at it.
I think that any other state trooper would have done the same thing. The hardest thing to deal with is just your emotion and not overreacting.
Shine it at Officer Young.
Shine it at your dad. How about that?
I can't tell him thank you enough. I tried finding words, and there just aren't any. I don't know.
Want to drive the car now?
He saved my kid's life.
Give it 5.
Next.
Apparently, Sharon Kerr was home alone, and she'd heard somebody knocking at the door. A guy and a girl that she didn't recognize.
Around 7 a.m. on July 9th, 1993, in Surrey, British Columbia, Ruth Kerr headed to work, leaving her daughter Sharon home alone for only the third or fourth time.
It was an unusual situation, but she was 13, so she felt she could be on her own at home okay.
Apparently, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Sharon Kerr was home alone, and she'd heard somebody knocking at the door. When she went to the door, she saw a guy and a girl that she didn't recognize.
Here's your cocker spaniel.
Okay, and what's your name? Sharon Kerr. Sharon, how do you know someone's breaking into your house? Sharon? They kicked on the door. Okay, they kicked down the door or kicked on the door? Down the door.
There are those heart-stopping seconds when you know that something was really wrong.
RCMP communications operator Jackie Spoor was handling the call.
Her little voice was just reaching out for someone, and there's no time for anything except to reach back into that phone and tell you're there.
Okay, and where are they now? Do you know who they are? How old are you, Sharon? Okay. Yeah, we're coming, okay? You stay on the line to me. Anyone else in the house? I'm talking to you, okay?
She was petrified. She needs to be protected. She was like one of my own at that point. One of my children crying out for help.
What else did you hear, Sharon? They're taking the computer? Nice and quiet, okay? That a girl. Don't get scared, okay? We're on our way. Now, Sharon, if they get close to you or anything, you run like anything for the door, okay? You promise me that?
If they saw her and went for her, I didn't know if she could actually run and get away. I didn't know if Sharon was going to be badly hurt or even killed.
Don't worry about it right now. If they see you, you just run for that door, okay? Is it one man? 2?
Something was changing in the room. The dog was all of a sudden barking a lot.
Okay, just go ignore your dog. Sharon? 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 Sharon?
In my mind, she was frozen. She was in shock. I was very, very worried.
Where are they? In the front of the house? In where? They're in the room? Okay, don't say anything then. Okay. Nice and calm, good girl. Nice and calm.
I was shocked. They were in the room with her. And I've heard people being beat on the phone. I know what that sounds like and what it feels like inside. And I didn't need this happening to that little girl.
You're in the same room with her. She's hiding. A good girl, nice and calm, okay? We're on our way.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police Constable Mike Lavity was among those responding to the call.
We're within a couple of minutes, but what if they find the little girl hiding at this point in time? Do we have a hostage situation?
Why do you think they saw you? Do they know you're on the phone? Do you see any weapons? Okay, stay calm.
I'm very torn. I need to know what our officers are up against when they reach the scene. But the problem with asking questions is she is going to answer the questions and possibly give herself away.
Okay, stay calm. Don't move. The calmer you are, they're just going to think that you're not going to hurt them or get them in trouble. Don't let the dog get you upset. Are you there, Sharon? Sharon? Okay. Don't let him get you upset. The calmer you say, the dog will calm down too. We're almost there, okay? Okay, well, the police are here, okay? Don't move, okay?
I observed one of the culprits walking towards her vehicle. The vehicle was full of stolen property. Her associate was at the door, and as soon as he saw us, he went running back through the residence. I saw the same fella trying to act nonchalant, in apparent attempt to make it look as if he had nothing to do with what had just transpired.
You're under arrest for breaking, entering, theft.
I recognized him as a fella I dealt with before on similar occurrences.
You have the right to retain short counsel without delay.
I've known the female suspect for some time, and she has a reputation for violent tendencies. On the street, she was known as War Bitch.
Sharon's father, Len Kerr, rushed home from work as soon as he was notified.
When you see so many police cars and RCMP officers, you would think the worst. Sharon was just coming down the stairs, and when she saw me, she ran down, and I hugged her and just held her for a long time.
Sharon?
Sharon's mother, Ruth, arrived soon after.
Sharon was white as a sheet, very shocked. She just kept saying to me, "Should I have answered the door, Mom?" And I said, "No. You did the right thing."
The two suspects subsequently pleaded guilty to breaking and entering and theft and were sentenced to prison. 2 years have passed.
I was really scared. I didn't know if I was going to see my parents again. It was really amazing that they didn't see me because they were so close. I think Jackie saved my life. If she wasn't there, they might have seen me because I probably would have panicked.
Dang, good. You've changed a lot.
She was with my daughter when I couldn't have been there. I love her, Jackie. Did a great job.
Oh, there's Courtney. Hello, Courtney.
Courtney the dog also helped save Sharon's life.
I couldn't get under the bed because it's a water bed. So I just lay beside it and hid the phone.
The dog camouflaged Sharon. There was a barky, yappy dog. So that was their focus, and they'd forgotten there could be people around.
The dog is a nervous wreck. If anybody rattles the letterbox or rings the doorbell, the dog really just about has a heart attack.
Sharon did attend. She saved her life in many ways, picking up the phone and calling 911, reaching out with her voice, stopping and listening to me. She did a wonderful, wonderful job.
There really is something magical to me every time I take a baby out. I mean, that baby might be another Mozart. Maybe she'll grow up to be president.
One of the greatest joys in life is raising children, but not all infants are born healthy. This story is not a recreation. It's a look at neonatal care in Akron, Ohio, as one family struggles to fulfill their dream.
There really is something magical to me every time I take a baby out. I mean, that baby might be another Mozart. Maybe she'll grow up to be president. Who knows what he'll do? He might do something great for the world.
Labor and Delivery Act.
November 15th, 1994, 12:05 p.m. A woman in premature labor is being transported to Summa Health System Akron City Hospital.
Late decelerations don't look good at all.
12:30 p.m. Only 30 weeks pregnant with her first child, Barbara Schilling is admitted under the care of surgeon Justin Lavin.
It was apparent that the baby was not getting enough oxygen. And this baby was really in terrible problems and had to be delivered right away.
Were they on the way? They were sending my husband. They're sending your husband?
We'd always wanted children. Barb was pregnant at one time and lost a baby in a miscarriage. We were worried about losing the baby, but I was really worried about Barb. Is she going to die or what?
I'm going to tighten this tourniquet up. I'm not getting a real good blood vessel pop there.
This mom had toxemia. She herself is at quite serious risk. She can go into liver failure, heart failure.
What we're going to do is you'll be put to sleep, okay, and then quickly we'll get the baby out. And the high-risk baby doctor's on their way, okay? So everyone's going to be there for you.
Thank you. Julie, I need a consent for surgery.
We're going to go ahead real fast. I'll talk to your husband when he gets here, okay? Because tracing doesn't look very good. Wait.
So tape and cross for a couple units?
2 units, yes. When you can, you sign this page. Right there. I'll hold that up for you.
You know what, we'll get down.
Okay, let's go.
Those roads.
Baby scale.
I'll get some water.
Obstetrician Vivian Van Grinnigan assists with the emergency cesarean section.
Just relax and take some nice deep breaths, huh?
It was such an intense situation that when you're moving that quickly, you don't think of anything except your hands and what you're doing and how to be careful to protect the mommy and the baby.
You're going to be ready with baby suction.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Baby suction up.
Here you go, buddy. Happy birthday.
Baby out. Got a boy. 5. 1 out of 5. Another clamp. Here you go. What was the sex? Boy. Boy?
A normal C-section takes anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. We had the baby out in less than a minute.
The 2-pound, 14.5-ounce boy is turned over to neonatologist Thomas Lynn from the Children's Hospital Transport Team.
This very premature baby is about 2.5 months before the due date. The baby is not breathing adequately. We have to put the endotracheal tube to the baby's windpipe and breathe for the baby. Okay, you've seen.
Dr. Lynn is a specialist on babies, okay? Babies that are really young like that. Their lungs just aren't strong enough right away. So they put the breathing tube down, okay? And once they get them assessed and everything, you'll get to see them. And she had to be put to sleep because everything had to be happening really fast, okay? So
It was scary because I'm like, no way, he's not supposed to be here yet.
do you have any questions at all?
I don't know right now.
Yeah, we just...
I just couldn't believe it.
The pediatrician will come out and talk to you, give you more specific details when it comes out.
Shortly after arriving at the hospital, John Schilling gets to see his newborn son.
I just want to have you take a quick peek at the baby. Little boy.
Do you have a name?
Your name for him?
We didn't have one picked out yet.
You can touch him. Might hold your hand.
What time was baby born? 1:05?
I got to touch him for the first time. That was really exciting. But you're still worried because he was so small. Something still could go wrong.
You need to wear this oxygen until you come awake more. It will help you metabolize that general anesthesia and help you wake up. So, boy. got yourself a baby now. Wake up with a baby, huh?
It's a boy.
Did she chew it all down? I just gave it. Here, I'm going to put it so you can see it this way. Hi, Mom.
There he is, dear.
We're going to drop the door here and let you touch him. Reach in there.
You want to try to bring this hand in and touch him?
Or reach this hand
See
over.
about 3 of them.
You touch him a little bit. Can you reach his hand there? You got a beautiful boy there. Look at him.
It was a shock. I didn't know what I was going to see, what the baby would look like.
And that's helping him breathe right now, okay? So you can't hear him cry.
That's fine.
We have some pictures for you.
Thank you.
Dad, give us about an hour and a half to get him settled in over there.
Okay.
We'll see you over there. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Stay with Mom. We'll take care of him.
The mother's first thing she wants to do is hold her baby and start bonding. Well, I didn't have that opportunity. It was hard to say goodbye.
Pressure's coming down real good now. 147 over 84.
Just 52 minutes old, baby Schilling is taken to the neonatal intensive care unit at Children's Hospital.
The doctor said he's in a very critical state, that it'll mean a matter of life or death. That's when you really start to think, which way is this baby going to end up?
2 pounds, 14 and a half ounces.
It takes very little negative pressure to expand our lungs, and that's because they're being held half open all the time. Without the surfactant system, our lungs close down almost completely.
The tiny infant is given a synthetic surfactant to help him breathe.
Because it's given directly down the endotracheal tube or the artificial airway directly into the windpipe.
How's my little boy? Doing pretty good? Yeah. Yeah, I know your mom's real anxious to get over here and see you. Yeah. She'll be getting out of the hospital in a couple days. You know, we both love you very much.
It is very important for premature babies to get the comfortable feeling that is delivered by human touch. Babies grow faster, they are more energetic in their feedings, and therefore have a potential to be discharged earlier from the hospital.
Does that tickle? Daddy rubbed you? Whoa, sorry. I'm gonna go see your mom now. Hi there. How you feeling?
Good.
I love you.
Thank you.
What I got?
You see my baby.
Yeah. A little swatch of his hair. They shave that off whenever they have an IV in there. It's okay, dear. He's doing fine. So.
I want to see the tape.
Okay.
Jared weighs about 2 pounds, 16 and a half ounces today. He's 15 3/4 inches long. He does have a little tube into his nose, and eventually we'll use that to start his feeding. And so he has all his little fingers. They're folded there, but there they are. There they are.
My roommate could go see her baby, but I couldn't. The nurses would come in and ask me what was wrong. I'd usually break down into tears, and they said, well, we understand that your baby's somewhere else. And that was hard. That I couldn't see my baby.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Jared. That's Jared. I'm hoping you're going to get better real soon so you can come over and visit with him. You take care.
Okay. You'll get to see him real soon. The doctor said there's a good chance that he might even take him off the respirator here another day or so.
3 days after the emergency C-section, Barbara is finally well enough to go see her new baby, Jared.
I had seen babies like this before, but it's a lot different when it's your baby. I just wanted to yank him out of there and just hold him.
He's ticklish. See your little toes? Your little toenails?
He would sort of quiver every time you touched him, but the nurses would encourage it. And to call his name, hi, Jared, this is Mommy, let him know your voice. And The nurses did say, when I would say, "Hi, Jared," and he would turn and look at me, and they said, "Well, he's responding to your voice," and that was special.
I see.
He's looking pretty good, huh?
He's definitely a keeper. He beat. Yeah, they do that.
Hi. I'm Frank Kokomore. I work with Dr. Kantak. You met him last night. This morning, Jared improved to the point where we could take the tube out of his windpipe. He's still having a problem breathing, but now he is doing all the work on his own. The only thing that would get in his way would be an unforeseen complication. Hopefully, we would expect him to be home no later than 10 weeks from now. Jared should have an excellent chance of living and an equal excellent chance of being completely normal when he grows up.
Two days before Christmas, after only 6 weeks in intensive care, Jared gets to go home.
I just wanted to bring him home. It's the only thing I wanted for Christmas.
That was your doctor. He took good care of you.
All the doctors and nurses at Children's, I just love them to death. They were very patient with us.
We have a diploma and a graduation T-shirt. Do you have any other questions?
Can I take you home with me?
No.
The doctors kept saying, "You have a little miracle here," and deep down we knew we did.
Tonight's gonna be the roughest night you're gonna have, okay?
I was just a bag of nerves. I said, "This is it."
Merry Christmas.
Reality really set in that I have a little person I have to take care of. Wow.
3.5 months have passed since Jared Schilling's premature birth.
Got a little porker on her hand.
Is that right?
10 pounds, 1 ounce. He was a preemie, but he's normal. He has his 10 fingers and toes, and he's been through a lot. It's amazing what these little babies can go through. They're strong little boogers. Just keep drinking, bud.
Love really does play a key part in all this, because showing Jared our love, talking to him and holding him, and a little person, little baby like that, you wouldn't think they would realize that, but he just responded so great for us.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Got grunt. Knowing that you and your mate have created this little creature, it's just wonderful.
Oh, no, don't cry. Hey, Jared, it's okay. We don't know why Jared started out small, but someday he might be a big football player, or, who knows.
I hope Jared becomes a linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. I want him to wear number 57. But if he wants to be the next Einstein, that's fine, too. Yeah. We are a family. This is a good marriage. He's a symbol of our love, and we're glad we made it this far.
Sticking out that tongue?